Evening all, Marcus here, back again with another video, back again with a special one this time. This is a VR 180 video, so in 3D, make sure you watch it in the YouTube VR app. But I'm here today in the Bristol VR Lab in the UK, and I've got with me today Joe Ryan, who is the creator and director of VR Go, and they create peripherals for VR, more specifically the VR Go chair. So thanks for having me along today and down to Bristol.
My pleasure.
So the VR Go chair has been out for a while. How long's the original been brought out for?
So the original Kickstarter for the VR Go chair was back in end of 2015. It went onto the market sort of end of 2017. So yeah, it's been about a year and a bit.
Okay.
It's been on the market.
And it's done quite well? You're kind of pleased with its kind of performance?
Yeah, we sell it primarily to businesses, enterprise uses, so sort of things like big events where they need input devices that they don't need customers to know how to use touchpad and thumbsticks and teleportation, all that kind of stuff.
So I guess we probably should explain exactly what the VR chair, Go chair is. It essentially replaces kind of the left stick of gamepads in VR. So if you need to move left, right, back and forward, rather than either moving yourself physically forward or using the control stick yourself, you can actually sort of tilt yourself forward in a chair, left, right, whatever, spin yourself around, that sort of thing. But that's done well, but what we're actually down here to see is the new version. So this is is it got a different name, or is it going to be?
It's the VR Go Mini.
VR Go Mini, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same sort of premise.
Yeah.
Whereas the original was obviously a nice big egg shape. Now we've got sort of
yeah, so it's the same premise as the VR Go chair. So the VR Go chair just uses the tilt motion of your body to activate movement. And the Mini uses exactly the same technology. It's got a rounded base, but instead of having a whole chair, you just have a seat cushion that will actually sit on whatever.
So it's got like a little sort of dome on the bottom.
Yeah.
And the idea is it kind of tilts around as people kind of sit on it. So you can have a stool on a nice firm chair. It's probably the best thing to do, isn't it? A nice firm chair. As you kind of tilt around, you tilt forward, you move forward, back, left, right. And then it does kind of spin, so if you have either a spinning chair or just a chair, it doesn't even need to spin, I guess, a spinning chair, it'll sort of spin around with it, and you can turn yourself around in VR. So it works particularly well with the Oculus Go, because there are quite a lot of Oculus Go apps and games where you can pair a gamepad and move around forward, but you don't have as many controls with the Go, you only have one controller. So it's nice to kind of offset that, give yourself almost, kind of feels like a little bit, when I was playing it earlier, it almost feels like fake 6 degrees of freedom, because you're not really kind of thinking about it.
Yeah,
you're kind of moving around a bit more naturally rather than
people find it is very natural. Obviously, when we start walking, we kind of tilt forward. So that kind of idea of just sort of tilting in a direction you want to move in is actually quite natural. Don't
they say actually walking is perpetual falling?
Yeah,
and that's what we're doing.
Falling.
Yeah, we're always falling, and that's how we move forward. So I guess that's kind of works there, doesn't it? And it works with pretty much every VR headset out there, really, doesn't it? So standalone ones connects with Bluetooth. So
it connects over Bluetooth as either a gamepad control or as keyboard. So it's actually mapped to WSD as well, and there's a mouse input. So there's 4 different inputs that will actually connect to whatever device that you're using. So it will connect to PC or direct to the headsets if it allows for gamepad input.
Okay, cool. So for the Oculus Go, for example, or the Quest, which obviously is a big favourite at the moment, it does connect as if it's a gamepad. So you go into the app, you pair it, you put this into pairing mode, and just like you were pairing an Xbox controller, you pair the chair, the Mini or the full one, and it works just as you say, like the left stick. But then if you pair it with a PC, you can use it with Rift, Vive, and as you say, almost as a mouse input as well. So if you want to kind of move your mouse around the screen in some weird sort of fashion, you can do.
Yeah, so for PC systems, we have a driver that runs through Steam VR.
Okay.
So any content that runs through Steam will interface basically as a native Steam controller. And that will also has the ability to change your settings, so you can configure it to how you like. You can make the dead zone bigger, you can make it a little more sensitive and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so tailor it to you if you kind of feel it. I mean, when I was playing it earlier, I was playing it on the Quest and the Go, and even though there's no kind of settings for that in that, it still felt quite good. If I was kind of sat sort of still, I definitely wasn't moving. It didn't feel like I was slowly creeping or anything like that. It did feel like the dead zone was was pretty good and pretty perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty heavy guy, and they didn't break. So they're obviously, these are prototypes, but they're going to be, there's some more work going to be done with them and getting them out there. So at the moment they're not out. It's going to be a Kickstarter, am I right? So
yeah. So we can do another crowdfunding campaign. That's going to be. It's not yet announced, but it will be very soon.
yeah, very soon. So stay tuned to that. I'll make sure I put links down below in my descriptions and stuff once it's all available. I think we'll probably put this video out maybe sort of a little bit ahead of that maybe. But we'll let people know once it's available, share links and stuff with them. I'm just trying to think, are there any sort of customization options? What sort of things? I mean, I think at the moment we've got 2 different colours. Is that something that's going to continue?
So these come in 3 different colours. There's the white, the grey, and there's actually a leather one as well.
Ooh, a luxury version.
A luxury version, and then there's also the ability to upgrade it with haptics. So there's haptic vibration that's embedded within the device.
It's that one, isn't it? You can actually see the haptics. Can we
Yeah,
show that? Although this potentially could change how it looks, whatever, but you can kind of see
so in
how it
here
works
there's actually sort of 4 haptic vibrators that will connect via sound. So you connect it directly to the headset. So
they're going to have like a cable run off that goes into your headset, so your Oculus Go, your Quest can plug straight in.
Yeah,
and it works off sound at the moment, but you're looking for, if developers wanted to kind of implement something, they could get in touch. And
we're hoping to develop it into to sort of be more of a gamepad,
so
triggered,
like a gunshot. It actually was a gunshot rather than just loud sound.
Exactly, yeah.
But then saying that, so a lot of sound is very important in VR. And if things are rumbling, well, it makes sense that the floor's rumbling as well. Whatever you're sitting on is rumbling.
Yeah.
And the haptics is an exciting thing for VR. Because you watch Ready Player One when everyone's getting touched. It's the dream, isn't it?
It definitely adds kind of another sort of level of immersion when you can actually sort of feel the game as well.
Yeah. Well, I was saying that actually. I've not tried the haptics, but when I was playing, was it the Go game? What was it? Affected the Manor. Affected the Manor. That was it. Which I do need to play. It looks awesome. And the air conditioning was blowing on me. And it being quite a creepy game, actually that added to it as well, sort of thing. It was quite good. So it's all those kind of sensors together that you can kind of build up into quite a cool little experience.
Yeah.
So do we have a price for Kickstarter? Is that something you want to sort of say, or should we TBC?
Well, it is going to be depending on what level you're, how soon you'll get your reward on the Kickstarter. It will be between sort of £100 and £150.
Okay, yeah, that's quite good, because the current VR Go chair is about £300.
Yeah.
So that's half price, pretty much at least already. I guess it is kind of technically half thing. I guess the good thing with that chair is it is a chair in itself, and you can store headsets inside it. So
that's right.
If you want that, it's it's still an option. I guess you're still going to produce the chair at the same time as this, so you've got those options. And this one's a bit more of a sort of portable one. So I think for me in particular, I don't have a lot of room, so I think sort of that sort of thing maybe would put me off. But if it was this, and as I say, that price point as well, perfect. Yeah, something I think I'd be interested to test out on all the different types of games we've got. So I think at the moment you've tested a fair few games. If you go onto your website, there is a big list of PC VR games. There's a slightly smaller list of Go games, but for any game that pretty much uses that left stick, it should work.
Exactly.
So it's a case of kind of just
we're going to be asking the community to sort of feedback which games that they've tested with it. We've only sort of tested it with a handful of games, but there's certainly
there's so many games. I mean, I've pretty much lived the Oculus Go, and I haven't touched half of them. So and me, there's a lot to test. But so that's exciting stuff. I mean, from your point of view, what was the main reason for upgrading? Well, doing the second version. I mean, you've already got one chair.
So we sell this primarily to enterprise businesses, and I think what we found is that a lot of people already have their chair at home that they normally would be playing their VR content with, and they don't necessarily want to buy a secondary chair. So this is more of a sort of device that you can kind of throw in the chair that you're already using, and it's smaller to pack away and things like that. So
I think from a consumer point of view that makes sense to me, because like I said, I don't have a lot of room. That'll take up a lot of room. Yeah, like you can kind of stick behind a chair or whatever and grab it out whenever you want it. It's a nice little chair itself. Cool. Okay, so is there anything else you want to say? Is there anything we want to cover?
Well, I think just say thank you for coming along and
No
trying
worries.
it out. And
It's my pleasure. It's always good fun to try new tech. We don't get so much down the sort of southwest sometimes in the UK.
Yeah,
So I need
there
to
is a little bit of a hub in Bristol.
Yeah, I should come
It's,
down to Bristol a little bit more, especially because I do sort of a little bit of VR as kind of my technically my self-employed job as well.
Yeah.
Probably should come down here a little bit, try and
Yeah.
get involved. But
Well, we've got pretty much every headset on
yeah,
the market
yeah.
here.
Every headset, there's was it the Magic Leap? There's everything here.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff. Big, full 360 green screen as well. That looks like
Yeah.
pretty cool. That's for mixed reality type stuff. Yeah, to give that a go. But well, thank you for your time. And good luck with this, and hopefully we'll stay in touch as well, and let me know what's kind of going on with it, and we'll
Absolutely. Yeah.
continue to share it with my views and stuff. So thank you guys.